check in with Kate.
We know Chase has been fired up all weekend, in big part because of his riding, but he also told me it's just being inside this iconic building. He said all the best fighters in the world have fought here. He mentioned George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, and he said they're old school, iconic warriors, guys that I look up to. And he told me just as much as he's always wanted a world championship, he wants a win here inside the Garden.
What a way to begin 2019, and he's poised to do it because this next bull back is going to give him ample opportunity.
Yeah,
Church bells.
The thing we talk about, the great story with Chase and really the resurgence that he's had after the injury last summer, and just the appreciation that he's got and how he takes nothing for granted. But then the one thing I worry about with Chase, every time he's getting on, because he is so gutsy and so gritty, you don't want him to get ahead of things. And he gets so fired up. Like this bull right here, Church Bells, it's a really good bull that Stetson split the round on earlier this weekend. But he's just going to be up and down. He's not really going to be a tight, fast spinner, so you don't want Chase to move too big and get to the inside of the spin, riding for what he's doing, and Chase has been really good at that since coming back from his injury.
Great opportunity, right, to all your points, Ty, to see whether Outlaw has learned patience as well, right? We've talked a lot about his fire. We've talked a lot about his drive. We've talked a lot about his determination. But does he have the patience to wait for this bull and to let the bull come to him?
He's been showing for quite a while now that he has. And, you know, Chase is a funny guy. He's always had this passion. He's always been that spark plug. And generally, you don't see guys go that far into their career and have these serious kind of injuries and get better. And that's the case that we're seeing with Chase Outlaw. So, you know, it's really kind of been very interesting to watch. And, you know, his passion, there isn't anybody that has more passion. And, I mean, it's there for real every time.
Yeah, that's the thing I take away from it. You know, he said all the right things and how he doesn't want to take anything for granted now after that wreck, but it's real for Outlaw, because this is a guy that they could have done the major surgery on his face and said, that's it for you, bull riding is over. And, you know, he realizes that. So this is coming from a really raw place for this guy.
Shorty, we're starting to use the term warrior to describe Chase Outlaw. We've always known he was tough, but I got to tell everybody, we were in the locker room earlier tonight after you and the other bullfighters had come out to start your night. He had a group of people around him who had no idea he had that surgery after the finals. He was talking about placing pieces of bone on his nose, regrowing things, and half the people were disgusted, the other half the people were in awe, and he just was telling it like he told us what he ate for breakfast.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing about this guy. I'm in awe of this guy. You know, a bull broke my face like it did him. I'd be calling that WSM Auctioneers that he's got on his helmet. I'd be telling him to sell my gear back. No, not this guy. He's riding better than ever.
There is yet another example of the new level that Chase Outlaw is on. We're going to see a lead change. He only needed 83 and a half, and he got a lot more. 87 and a quarter.
Well, and, you know, Todd talked a little bit in the opening about what an inspiration this guy is. And I truly believe that, man. This is inspiring stuff, what he's come back from, and now what he's accomplishing. And we talk about not getting ahead of things, the control, how to harness all of the energy he's got.
Justin, this is everything we love about this sport. This is the things we talk about. I mean, over and over till we're blue in the face. That's the backbone of what this sport is. That guts, and trying from the bottom of your guts and having that toughness and that effort and that never say die. He's the poster boy for it right now.
He's with Kate.
Describe the emotion that comes with the feeling of, I can ride anything they run under me.
Domination, just being a warrior, man. Just praise God. We about got another one on our belt, so we got one more to go. Job ain't done yet.
Craig.
Second part of that answer, right, guys? That's exactly what he hear. He immediately changed gears into looking towards what he had to do, Ty.
That's right, and I mean, that's the thing. Being a professional bull rider, you've got to compartmentalize so many different things, and the fear factor and the adrenaline and not getting too high and not